First of all, I am an American. I've always been an American, and it's pretty much all I know. But I'm 38 years old right now, gonna be 39 at the end of this month. But I've never witnessed so much division in society as right now. Now, I'm not one that usually talks about politics. I am not the person who usually will engage in a lot of toxic political conversations. I talk on my channel about spirituality, Eastern medicine, law of attraction, things to raise your vibration. So this is not a video that I plan to do, but it's a response to what's going on right now at the Capitol. The peaceful protesters who are violent protesters, pretty much. And, I just have to say that never in my life have I witnessed something like this. So I want to say it's interesting, but it's also disturbing. But I can also observe or understand where it's coming from right now, because we've been leading up to this point. So I talk a lot about balance in life, the yin and the yang, right? The yin is more of a feminine type energy. The yang is this masculine energy. Now, it's not really about genders, but it's about the energy behind it. Masculine has a more dominant role, authoritative, very forceful, powerful, dominant role. And feminine, it's not to be stereotypical, but that's just the energy of what it is. It's more receptive. It's going within. So what we've been seeing in society up until this point is this masculine dominant energy taking over. So what happens when, you all know the yin-yang symbol, right? You can't have one without the other. You can't have yin without yang or yang without yin. It is the completion of life. Everything is relative to everything else. So the way to live is in balance. So when things are out of balance, then you start to have symptoms, you start to have upheaval, you start to have violence. That is what's happening right now. We have this masculine energy that has created such an imbalance in our society that there are people who are trying to balance it out right now by bringing more of that energy in of receptivity, if that's a word, of feminine quality, of listening to people, of understanding, of compassion, of love, and not just forcing our way through. So it's not just about the dominant energy, it's about the ego and the need for control right now in America. The need for control is actually fear underneath. So any sort of control, whenever you're trying to control a situation in your life or control other people, it's usually stemming from fear, almost always stemming from fear. Think about it. The only reason you try to control other people or control an outcome is because it's fear-based. It's something ingrained in you. You're scared of dying. You're scared if things don't go your way that you're going to lose something good about your life. It's our survival mechanism. So when you see this great imbalance in society right now, it is creating human beings' survival mechanisms to come out for safety, for security. So to dominate other people temporarily gives us the relief that we're going to maintain that status quo. We're going to maintain the safety within us. But that's not necessarily how things work. It's not how energy works. It depends what you put out there. So if you're putting out anger and hatred and violence, I don't call that peaceful. I don't call that being receptive. I don't call that being compassionate. I don't see how that will create change, because at the end of the day, we cannot change other people. We cannot force other people to do something. I mean, we can try, we can lock them up, or we can, twist them by the arm or the hand, and we can torture them. But if you're putting out that type of energy, what do you think is coming back to you? Our life is a mirror. What we put out comes directly back to us. Call it karma if you want, and whether you believe in it or not. If you don't, then I'm sorry, but that's how it is. Maybe that's why your life, you always feel like you need to control. So I think we're at a point in human evolution where some of us are waking up to the fact that history keeps repeating itself, and the way we're doing things is not the way. It's one person's way, it's two people's way, three people's way. It's the need for control. It's the ego taking over society. And when the ego takes over, it creates polarity and separation. See, we're not all that different. We're born of the same stuff. We're made out of the same stuff, right? Break us down into particles and atoms, and we're all the same stuff. We're all from the same place. So if your focus is on just what's in front of you, if your focus is on trying to control your reality, instead of allowing it to come to you in a way where you can ease with it and flow with it, then you're going to go through life in a very difficult manner. And the only way that you think that you can get your way is through violence. The only way that people think they can get their way is through force and through violence. And we see it again and again and again and again. And we also see that it doesn't work. It works to a certain point in your head. It makes your ego happy. It strokes your ego. But as a human being, it doesn't. In your heart, it doesn't. Most people aren't seeing that right now. I don't want to say most, but many people are not seeing that right now. And that's why there's separation, because people are still asleep at the wheel of their own lives, and they feel like there's no escape, or they don't know that there's another door, there's another opportunity, there's another way to go about life. There's good things beyond that wall. But if all you see is a wall, and no windows, no doors, then you're always going to reach that wall and think that the only way to get through is to smash it, is to kick it down, is to punch a hole in it. But it's not. It's just going to break your hand. It's going to make you tired. It's going to make you hurt, make you cry. And then you're going to realize at the end of the day that there's another wall behind that, and another wall, and another wall, and another wall. And you're going to keep punching it and kicking it and trying to shatter it. But it's not going to work. So, my suggestion for humanity is to look at what's going on, and instead of just engaging with it and with the toxic conversations and getting angry about it, because anger is fueling more and more of that energy where it's going to attract more of that stuff. It's going to make other people angry, and more and more and more and more people angry. You have to take a step back and look at it. What is going on? Why is there such an imbalance? You can blame people, you can yell at them, you can scream at them, but realize you are just fueling the fire of what those people are doing. So it's about changing how we are thinking and changing our perspective on situations and how we are going about doing things, and not getting angry at other people because they are angry and violent, and not getting violent at other people because they are violent, and so on and so forth. So that is my message, is that we wake up, we look at what's going on, we hug our children, we talk to our neighbors, we comfort those around us, we find compassion within us to actually be considerate human beings, and we don't resort to hatred and violence in these low energy states that just keep repeating the pattern over and over and over again. So that's all I got for today. Please subscribe if you feel inclined. I put out new videos every single week, and I hope you have a great day. Peace.